Really could have your life.
See, there we go. There we go.
Whatever you gonna
There
do,
we go,
man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little, a little light little thing,
Little
you know
flex.
what I'm saying? Racing stripes on the side.
Fire. Fire. Welcome to season 2 of Iman Amongst Men. The show that takes an honest look at what it is to be a man in today's world.
We don't shy away from topics most people are too afraid to talk about. We're going to take it all the way there.
It's season 2, y'all. Let's get it. Now, welcome to Iman Amongst Men, presented by Uninterrupted. I'm your host, Iman Shumper, here with my big brother, Ari. Ari, give it what's up to the people.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Today we got, all the way from the DMV, we got rapper, singer, songwriter, producer, IDK.
IDK, one time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, today's episode is going to be themed No Labels.
Mm-hmm.
In what ways do you feel like you relate to that phrase?
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's my my whole thing I'm doing with Harvard and all that. But it's hard to label me, I think, because I'm so multifaceted. I love a bunch of different things. I come from a bunch of different things, and that's a result of what you get with my music. Why it's like, you know, people say it's really wide range, different types of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's from who I am, and then that's also like I told you I used to fix cars and all that.
Straight
shit, you
up.
know what I mean? Like I was in prison and college in the same year, like state prison, not jail, state prison with people with life.
Yeah.
And in the same year I was in college. I got out and went to college.
So talk about that a little bit. How does that happen?
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Gentrification is a thing that we always talk about, but no one talks about the result of gentrification. And the results of gentrification is PG County, Maryland, where I'm from. All the people from DC, when they move you out of DC, you go to PG County to look for a better life for yourself. But the problem is they're not really fixing them because they're not changing the mentality of the people. They're just changing the environment. So what's going to happen is the same mentality is going to go
They're just
to Bowie,
moving.
Maryland, to Landover, Maryland, to Largo, Suitland, all of these places, Capitol Heights. That same mentality goes there, and then we just do the same thing over there. So where I'm from Bowie, Glendale, really, but that's in between Bowie and Glen Arden. So it's like the hood and then the middle class.
Right.
And my neighborhood was like a $300,000 homes, nice neighborhood, but people was getting killed, like shot in these neighborhoods because of the mentality. How I got in trouble is because I wanted to keep up with everybody else that was from the hood, and I wanted the respect from all of them.
Right.
So I felt like I had to do worse things than they was even doing in order to fit in and get respect and get love. Ultimately, it was just love that I wasn't getting at home, that I felt like I was getting from my peoples in the streets, and that's what led me to go to jail.
That's insane, dog.
Right.
Because the breakdown, like, I understand that breakdown. Like, we get that breakdown of somebody coming like, yeah, my people was over here, or we was all over here, and then, all y'all got moved over here, or we got moved over there, and then it's like, shit don't change.
Yeah,
like they still gonna do whatever they gonna do, and especially when it's a government assistance type of thing, where it's like
100%.
you getting pushed out, so they giving you just what they want you to stay in, and even that feeling is like somebody threw me over here. Like I didn't have to be. Like there's a resentment and an anger that come from that as well. Like so, it's crazy. It's dope to even talk about that because it get me into my next thing. Are these type of events is how IDK came up? And if you could just, for the listener that doesn't know what you make it mean, what it stands for to you.
Yeah. So IDK stands for ignorantly delivering knowledge. I was in prison. I used to be a tutor and a barber. So I used to help people get their GEDs.
So you cut hair?
I cut hair. I know how to cut hair with a blade and a comb. So
Because you can't
clippers.
bring the machines.
Yeah,
in there,
you
right?
can because it's a barber shop. So if it's barber day, the day to get your hair cut, I could cut people's hair in the barber shop. But let's say I'm trying to make some money real quick and I need like a couple soups, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably cut a nigga hair for like 4 packs of noodles.
Yeah.
give them a shape up. I know how to fade with that joint and all that. Like you just literally take this comb, tape the comb to the blade. Don't ask how I got the blade.
Exactly. I was definitely just gonna get on that. I was like, which blade you using, dog? Homemade blade or a real
People
blade?
creative in prison, man. Like how they do tattoos and all that. Like my whole arm, I got that whole joint. The original one, I covered it, but the original one, I got it all in prison. I probably paid the equivalent of $30 to get this whole joint.
To get a sleeve.
I'm talking about honey buns, noodles,
snack currency,
tobacco. If you trying to, you know what I'm saying?
For real, whatever you got to sell.
Yeah.
What is that like? Like trying to mold yourself as a man and being locked up and having to like operate in that type of environment.
So it's interesting because my perspective. Remember, I told you I come from a middle class family. My parents went to college, had good jobs, but I lived in a place where I'm right next to the hood, and I went to school with the hood. So in that situation, for me, I had an advantage because I knew perspective. If I was straight from the hood, jail wouldn't have worked for me the way that it worked because I only know one thing, which is kind of messed up. I don't really fuck with the system because of that. You know, I was just talking to a state's attorney back in Maryland the other day, and the state's attorney, and I was like, look, it's messed up because how y'all got judges judging people off of things they don't understand. It's like a sentence for this guy shouldn't be the same as this guy if they were dealt different cards.
Right.
It don't make sense because if I grew up in the hood and that's all I know, how can you judge me the same way as a person who knows better, who has other perspective? So because of me, I had other perspectives. So I was able to operate in prison. Prison was what made me a man, if I'm being honest. The first time I went to jail, been total 4 times, jail and prison. The first time I went to jail, I was 17. I had an armed robbery charge. So they sent me straight to adult jail, not juvenile.
Right.
I'm in adult jail, but there's a juvenile unit. And everybody in that unit is wild. They're the worst unit. The juveniles is the worst unit in all of the jail. I'm by myself. I had a hard time. Like I wasn't no tough guy when I went in there because I'm really with the niggas who's really like the worst of the worst kids all over is right there. And I had to like learn, all right, cool. How do I become a man in this situation at 17 years old by myself? Right. Not knowing how to fit in with these dudes. The second time I went in, I was bidding with a dude. He had a murder charge. He was my cellie, and he was like, "Nah, bro, you supposed to fold your sheets like this. You got to tuck them like this. You got to take your pillow and take the sheet and put it around the pillow and tie it. When you use the bathroom, bro, when you got to flush every time the joint drop, flush. You got to do it this way, that way." He showed me how to bid, and then by the third time I came back, I knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? I seen him. He was still there when I came back the third time. A lot of the same people be still there or coming back.
That's wild.
For sure.
So,
or extending their time on some bullshit that just happened. I know it.
Yeah. So by the time I went to prison, so this is jail the first 3 times. I went from jail up the road to state prison on the 4th time. By the time I went to prison, I already knew how to kind of do certain things. So that's what made me a man because I'm dealing with niggas like, bro, jail's one thing, but prison nigga will literally shank you. In that. Like you really can die. You really could die. Like you make the wrong move, you politic the wrong way, you owe the wrong person money, you really could die. And I got 7 months. At the time I had a year, but I paroled out in 7 months. So these niggas is 15 years, 20 years, been in there since they was a kid. They not trying to see you go home. So you gotta know how to maneuver. You gotta know how to be quiet, but you can't be too quiet. You can't be too cool. You gotta know who to mingle with. You gotta, so I had to learn that shit. That's why in this music industry, it's a piece of cake for me. I could read people really quickly,
That's actually. That you
taking
the negative and turning it into a positive like that. We come from the same idea. Like we're called border kids. We cross the street. We technically are in the inner city. So it's like in Chicago, I had the same thing. Like all my friends either lied on their address and went to this school. So it's like, bro, we was all in school with the same shit. People be like, why are you hanging with the wrong crowd? I'm like, bro, I get what he do after school and everything, but dude is in my class.
Right,
like,
right. 100%.
I'm sitting right next to him. I eat lunch with them. They, you know what I'm saying? We all been together since 6th grade. Like, it just be crazy. So I know that idea. What was your family background?
So my mom was from Sierra Leone. My dad was from Ghana. I was born in England, London, England. So I went to, I came to America when I was 2 years old, so that's why I don't got no accent and shit. But like, my parents were African. Like, they came straight from Africa. My mom grew up in America a little bit, like when she was 9 for a couple years, then went back to Africa and then went to England. She found my dad. They had me. Stayed together for about 2 years, and then my mother like basically took me and just came to America. So my family dynamic on that side, I just met my sisters for the first time in 2016. They came out here for Coachella. Wow. So it was their first time in America.
That's dope.
My sister on my dad's side.
Okay.
My mother, I grew up with my stepfather. So my stepfather basically been my dad my whole life, right? Growing up, yeah. So that was the dynamic, basically.
But you still had like communication with your sisters?
No, I didn't know about. Well,
you didn't know about them.
I heard about them when I was like 7 years old, and I might have met them when I went to England around that time. But then I didn't really have no communication with them until 2016. And it's funny because a lot of what I wanted in a family, my dad's family had. You know, I love my mom and I love my stepfather, of course, but like they didn't really give me the household that I really felt like I should have grown up in. But when I got to meet my dad and that side of the family and how their dynamic was, I was like, damn, this is what I always wanted, you know? Yeah.
That's tough. It's crazy to look back on stuff like that because it's like even the things that you saying, it's like you still got shape, you still got it done.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I don't care how I got to get it done, I'm gonna get that shit done. But it's like you look at shit like, damn, this could have went woo woo, this could have went that way. But it's cool because you got kids?
Nah, no kids.
Well, when you finally got some kids, like it's cool because you get to step in and like really understand the key parts of a childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like my favorite thing about growing up, all the disagreements that I've ever had with my parents or anything like that, it's crazy when they go full circle and something that they did for you that you was so annoyed, it's just like it come full circle and you be like, damn, I'm so glad. I'm so glad they told me that. Or I'm so glad I got my ass whooped that day. I'm so glad, you know what I'm saying? He told me the truth and it made me fall on the floor, but he told me the truth and then I got up and I got this shit done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have those full circle moments. So I'm just, for somebody that like described it the way you did, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just excited. I ain't telling you to go shoot no club.
Nah, for sure. Nah.
Don't shoot no club up.
Nah, but that just speaks to like your mindfulness. Like I salute that because that's not like, especially because you're young still. So it's like if you don't have kids and you haven't hit that moment to where this type of shit really affects you or impacts you, or you really look back on it and you be like, you know, how you were feeling like, oh shit, like that really helped, or that really wasn't the right environment for me. Like you'll know more going into parenting and, you know, like getting into that father role where you can project what type of household you want. That's an important outlook.
Real tough.
It really is.
Real tough. How would you describe your music style?
It's hard to describe it because I do so many different things.
I like your cadence switch up.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite thing about you. If I go into my catalog of like listening to artists, very few times do people figure out a flow that everybody likes, and then 2-3 songs later it's a new flow. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I love it because it's like, it's the freshness. Like Kanye does it where he do it every album. It's like the album just completely changed. I feel like College Dropout and Late Registration like married each other. That was cool.
Oh yeah, they themed right, but at the same time they're different.
Yeah, like different the sound is different. Like I feel like you find pockets that are so, it's cool ass pockets. You know what I'm saying? Cool ass pockets. and you always give me a punchline that when I listen, you'll give me a punchline that I wasn't expect. Like I'll have it in my mind that this is what he finna say. You'll change it and change the flow on that part. Like I love shit like that. Like if
it'll make sense.
Real talk. Like
I was watching MF Doom's Red Bull Academy, and he did this thing where he was talking about how he likes to rap and then say, you think he's about to rhyme a word, you think you know the word that's about to come, and he just says something totally different that don't even rhyme.
Yeah.
I really love that about him, and I kind of implemented that, especially in my newer music, where it's like, for me, everything now is feeling. It's not thought. I'm not trying to be technically the best. Right. I'm trying to make sure the feeling is always the best. So sometimes I feel the beat, and I'm just gonna say some shit. 90% of what I say now, I don't even write no more. I just get on the mic and say the shit.
Everybody is getting there to that point.
It feels better sometimes. Now, I'll tell you this. Writing helps if depending on a particular song you're trying to have. But the feeling, no, you can't. Like, it's certain flows, man. Yeah. I could be like, yo, this sounds crazy, but I just trust my mind and trust when I tap into that divine energy, it's just gonna guide me the right way. So when I sit back, I'm like, whoa, this shit ain't bad.
Aight.
You know what I mean?
Shit, aight.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, drop the beat out right there.
Yeah, that's exactly how it be. Whereas if I'm writing, I feel so like married to like things I've heard before.
Or you almost follow the rules too much.
Yeah, you follow the rules. And that's why with jazz, right, I've been implementing jazz a lot, and a lot of the jazz musicians are really snobby. It's very technical. Yeah. Jazz is like one of the most difficult genres to fuck with. I come in there with my ignorance and I just do whatever I feel. And now I'm like doing new shit that they wouldn't normally want to do or think to do, but it makes it sound cooler. It makes the genre kind of feel like it's elevating. You know, that's why I like Hiatus Coyote a lot. You know who they are?
No.
Choose Your Weapon by Hiatus Coyote. When y'all do me a favor, listen to that album. Just start from the beginning. Just press play.
You can play it all the way through?
It's amazing.
What jazz?
Jazz album? Jazz, but it's like mixed with a bunch of other stuff. It's like R&B, jazz. They are probably the best musicians, period. And that album is in terms of best albums of all time, that's in top 5 for me.
When did it come out?
Like 2016 or something, or 18 maybe. Yeah. I think before 18 though, but maybe 18 or 17. Choose Your Weapon, Hiatus Coyote. That is like, I always like let's say like I meet somebody new, I'm hanging with a girl or whatever the case may be, I'd be like, I'm about to play you the best music you ever heard in your life. And they'd be like, yeah, right. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And I'm like, promise you. And then we just sit down, dim the lights. I press play and just let it ride.
Oh, dude.
Every time. It's almost like the Bossa Nova chocolate cake. I'll be like, I know the best chocolate cake.
Yo, y'all in this Bossa Nova shit, man.
And I'll be like, I'm telling you, it's the best chocolate cake.
Hey, man.
First of all, if you don't agree with me, it's probably because you order it.
No, I never ordered it.
You gotta go there and get it hot.
I never ordered it. Okay.
You never had it?
I've never had it. I'm gonna try it.
Oh, you got.
I'm gonna try it. But I'm saying there's so many people that
swear
mean business by this Bossa Nova shit.
It's fire.
I don't mean that's the cake. You the first one that said the cake. I just mean by Bossa Nova. Like everybody has their favorite order.
Yeah.
Or favorite thing from Bossa Nova, and I'm just like, not another one, not you too.
So Bossa Nova's good.
Say that chocolate cake.
The chocolate cake. There is no chocolate cake better than Bossa Nova chocolate cake that I've ever had in my life.
You dead serious?
You gotta go there and get it hot though. You order it, they're gonna give it to you cold and then put some ice cream on the side. If you go there, it comes out hot.
He's a seasoned vet.
Nigga, one slice of the cake is like $15, bro. That's how you know.
Wait.
How big is a slice of cake, man?
You know how niggas are like, don't go in there and drop the price. Man, like, that's why. Like, we about to eat every crumb of this motherfucker because it was $15.
Oh, bro, no. $15 slice of cake. What's that like?
I'm sick. It was a time where I liked that cake so much that even if I was on a diet, I would buy the cake and just take one bite and then not eat the rest of it. Just to have that cake.
So is it like skinny and tall?
It's like and tall.
It's like this. Yeah, it's probably like this.
Oh, it's tall.
Probably,
so it's one of them tall ones.
It's like bakery.
When they bring it out, they give you like 3 spoons with it, like type shit. Like,
right.
Oh, they expect you to share it.
Yeah.
Copy.
Yeah, it's probably tall. Yeah.
That's the best cake.
Next time
hands
y'all in
down,
Bossa Nova,
chocolate
man.
cake.
Right.
Y'all owe me some money now. Oh,
yeah, bossa nova.
Or at some free cake, you know. Like,
Damn, he'll take free cake.
Yeah.
You'll take free cake. Like it's
Real cake.
That.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Cake.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, they will come out there and pay.
I had to save
They'll be like,
myself
yeah,
right
like,
there.
You got your gloves on. Let's talk
Right.
F65.
Yeah.
What's the message behind it? What's the race car?
The theme,
Give me
yeah.
some.
So it's my idea. Basically, it comes from like taking a conversation of race and motorsport, and then using it as an opportunity to talk about race, color, skin, and you know, when we look at places like F1 and all of these different like sports,
Not a lot of them.
yeah, we don't really know too much. We don't see too much of diversity, you know, in these places, and that's something that I know they're all working on. So it's interesting. The irony of it is I'm using the brands that I'm fucking with and the sport as a canvas to paint the things we all need on. So F65 is just one of the colors on a canvas. The cars, the stuff that I'm doing, all the art around it, the jazz album that I secretly made and I perform randomly in different places, that's performance art. All of this stuff is the art that I'm painting on the canvas of race to talk about race.
God.
But the goal is to make the conversation feel good. You feel me? So like you see this hat, this Lanvin IDK, you know. And when I look at this hat, I see like, you know, we love, like black people, we love Lanvin. You know, everybody in the hood got the Lanvin curb sneakers, and
Right.
all that. But we so I know that we all love this. But then to take that and then paint something that we all need on it, our history is in this hat. The colors from all of the stuff that I'm doing is basically taking Ghana and Sierra Leone, two of the most important places in our history when it comes to slavery, transatlantic slavery, that basically we don't know. A lot of us don't know about the Middle Passage. A lot of us don't know about Cape Coast, Ghana, where all the slaves was taken from, and Freetown, Sierra Leone, where the slaves were freed in West Africa. Georgetown being a place where a lot of the slaves came from Cape Coast to Georgetown to be auctioned off. You know, we don't know that, but we know about Georgetown to go get some fly. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
we know about
right.
the Georgetown Hoyas. You know what I'm saying? We know about the Georgetown Jordans. You know what I mean?
The ignorance.
But you know, it's also, you know, to be fair, we don't know our history because we've been so focused on trying to fight for just to be in a good place in America. It's hard to look back at that right now.
And you get taught their history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even when you hear about slave trade, you don't get taught what them black families was doing when they was going through it like that. You don't get that.
Yeah.
You just get how
you
many
can't.
lashes, how much work they
Right.
brought in. If they didn't bring in this much work, it led to this, but it's real sugar coated.
100%.
They don't talk about all the stuff that happened. It's tough.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And a lot of people like
I didn't know that you was doing that with the colors and everything.
Yeah.
I love the way it changed the album for me when you did
Yeah.
that. So I appreciate you being able to articulate that because that's crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So like this is a star from Ghana.
Copy.
You see what I'm saying? So like I said,
I'm Guyanese.
Oh, you Guyanese?
No, I'm lying.
Okay.
My mama got like 3%.
American as fuck.
My mama got like 3%.
You look like you could be Guyanese.
That's
though.
what I get told all the time, so I roll with it.
Yeah, I feel like. Nah, but the star is literally from the Ghanaian flag, and then like the colors, the gradient colors, and all that stuff comes from fusing the colors together. And then the X is obviously from Malcolm X, and that's part of the conversation because Malcolm X started out very, you know, quote unquote radical, but then he took that energy, turned it into brotherhood and love, and right before he really got a chance to explain it all and really do that, he got killed. So my idea is continuing that conversation he was about to have through art and the things that we all love. So when you see me doing anything, like it might be fly, like my whole thing is how do you make re-educating the people fly, like dope, like the way I would want it when I was 17. I'm not trying to hear about going to Harvard at 17 in PG County, Maryland. That don't even make sense to me. I'm getting all the terrible grades. I'm not even going to school. That doesn't even make sense. But like when you put it in the form of a Nike shoe or a Jordan shoe or this collab, and you doing it with these people, and there's a rapper teaching the class, man, now we talking. Now I'm like inspired.
Yeah.
So me is like, how do we inspire people with the things that we all love, as opposed to saying, want, go to school, stay in school, it's good for your education and blah, 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 your future. It's hard for Black people to think about their future when tomorrow might not even come.
And when you don't know yourself.
Straight up.
100%.
Shout out to ignorantly dropping knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep doing it ignorantly if you got to.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do that.
Speaking of educating, talk a little bit about No Label Academy.
Yeah. So No Label.
Can we get some applause for No Label Academy one time?
Yeah.
It's just raw that when people do shit that just give a fuck about some kids that need it.
Yeah,
just give a fuck. It's just some give a fuck shit that I appreciate.
No, not just that, but he's literally trying to tailor it to them so it's way easier to process. So they don't walk away from that not getting gratification and not, you know what I'm saying?
But that's what makes me feel like he give a fuck. Because a lot of people just do some shit over here. Nice tax write-off. Nice headline for me.
But you can also really, like, you know, if you don't have this perspective that he's got where he's, you know, been in both places. Like, he knows how it is with people who don't want to learn versus people who do and they just don't have the resources. It's like you can marriage all that together when you do something like that where you tailor it literally towards anybody. Or it's like, man, if this don't fit you, let me know. Like, you seem susceptible to that. Like, if a kid came and it was like, man, I just didn't get nothing from your course, he'd be like, all right, let me know what I can do. You know what I'm saying?
How can we improve it?
There you go. Yeah, like, that's important, man.
Yeah, but speak on it. My bad.
Oh, no, you're good. I mean, just for me, like, No Label Academy is an idea and a concept I came with because I know I came from prison and I know what I became in the rap game. And I'm like, there's a lot of other people probably in the world or America that's in the prison systems that could do that. So it originally started from me trying to figure out how to get returning citizens to Harvard to take a course on music business, get that certificate, get that that ability to say that they went there. Because that confidence, man, that does a lot for you to be able to say like, yo, I'm going to Harvard. I'm about to get this. I got this certificate from there. Sometimes you just need that.
Yeah, it'll open doors.
They be like, man, if you could, you know, beat those challenges over there, like, of course we'll hire you.
Right.
You gotta be clean cut to go there. That's how I look.
Right, exactly. So for me, like, I just was like, how do I do that? But then it turned into record labels is signing all these young niggas and they from the streets and their manager is somebody like their friend from the streets too, and they not teaching them how to operate in a corporate setting, but they like monetizing. And it's like, how do you continue to capitalize off of these people but not give them the resources they need or the opportunity they need to survive in this industry? It doesn't even make sense. So I was like, all right, you know what? I like the returning citizens idea, but this is like a marriage of the two, because we talking about kids from the hood. That's, you know Chicago, bro. You know how it is. You know, a lot of them, like all over, is like they getting hot off of sensationalizing all of this, the violence. And so it's getting to the point where a nigga might kill you just to get YouTube views so he can rap about it and get out. Hopefully.
You know he could beat it if he's young enough.
Exactly. That too. So the crazy part about that is labels are kind of fueling that conversation, but they ain't really like helping out. So I was like, I would love to make this a class that's mandatory, that, you know, it takes 10 days to go through the course. You telling me y'all don't got 10 days to dedicate to these kids? They may or may not get everything from it, but at least you tried to do it, right? As opposed to, all right, let's get all this money, and then when you not hot no more, next.
How do you go about starting that program? For somebody like if somebody wanted to adopt that somewhere else, like who's all involved in that conversation? What does that table look like?
It starts with me. I'm just a crazy idea person.
For sure.
I always have them, but I always like try to make them make sense when I have them. So I just kind of had that, and I hit my publicist up, and I just was like, yo, this is what I think. I hit the team up. They didn't respond at first. They probably thought I was crazy. I was like, I believe I could teach at an Ivy League school like Harvard or Yale or something, and this is why. And I wrote a nice email. Nobody responded. I got a little bit upset about that, and I'm like, yo, nobody responded to this? Y'all think I'm playing? Like, I'm for real. And then my publicist at that time, he basically was like, all right, you know what? I think I can get you in. Let me see if there's some people that may want to speak to you from Harvard. Let me see if they like the idea. And that's when I met. So No Label Academy is the school, but No Label was around before No Label Academy. They were students at first. They graduated from Harvard. They had me come and speak on criminal justice reform, but I knew that's not what I wanted to speak on, really. I wanted to speak on that,
you had
but
objectives.
I was like, I'm coming there to talk to y'all to see how we can do this. And that's how it happened. And I just kind of, for 2 years during COVID, we were just plugging and playing, bringing in partners, trying to figure out how to make this idea that has no proof of concept and actually sounds ridiculous, like a rapper teaching the class at Harvard, where we design the sneakers with Nike. I had no deal with Nike at the time. We build the class with it was Tom Sachs at that time. We do it just was crazy ass ideas, but I'm like, no, I believe in this and I know why it makes sense, and we figured it out, But that's how it all came about. It just came from an idea that I had, and years of not letting go of that idea. Just keep everything that came, COVID, everything. I just was like, we got it. Let's just keep doing it.
What was the biggest challenge you had trying to turn that idea into a material?
Funding.
I
had to convince a lot of people about an idea that did not exist that sounded ridiculous. Anything could have happened to make that not happen.
Right.
Like fuck that up. Like I could have made a lot of companies look bad or whatever the case may be. Or people look bad to their bosses and all of that shit. So I got on at least probably 50 to 100 Zoom calls myself with the team trying to convince people of these ideas. It was a lot of me texting niggas like, hey, did you get that deck? Hey, don't forget, da-da-da. Hey, this is the new update. This happened. I was like updating niggas, but really I'm pressing them. That's how I was pressing them. I was pressing them by updating them. Like, oh, we just did this. Oh, we just,
don't think we not serious.
Yeah, and then sometimes I was actually pressing niggas like, yo, well, you said you was gonna hit me back on da-da-da-da. What happened? Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm leading with my heart. So
but a lot of times in business, and this is for all the listeners out there, a lot of times in business, this is just me going off of being an investor in times behind the scenes, right? If a motherfucker got an idea that we supposed to be funding, even if it's a company, individual that they want to fund it, it's like the motherfucker on the other side with the idea, show me you believe it, show me you mean it, show me that I messed up, I was 2 hours late and you mean this shit. Like it's good to see this. So even though you was pressing, they probably was over there like, hell yeah, like if he gonna press me about a phone call, you think that nigga ain't gonna be in there teaching that class? He gonna be in there.
In the middle of me putting an album together.
Real talk.
Designing a capsule for guests, separate. Then, putting another creative directing their campaign, their fall campaign.
You feel me? Driving with a helmet.
Right, building a car.
He made me some Malcolm X gloves. Mine on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a lot of shit to do. But the persistence of an idea like that, like when you talk about bringing that together, like what's the progress now? Like, how is the class going? How receptive are people to it?
Now that we have proof of concept, bro, shout out to Virgil, man. Virgil.
R.I.P.
He spoke at my class. And that was one of the things that really set it off. Like, obviously it happened. Obviously we had great partners in there, but him stamping it, he literally said, and we got the video, this is the most innovative thing on the planet. The fact that you got Tom Sachs, you doing a class with Tom Sachs, designing the classroom structure. You got it at Harvard. You got it for people of color, to that a lot of people who would never make it, have the opportunity to go to Harvard, are there in that class.
Straight up.
And I'm not even getting paid to do this. This is just, I want to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And to keep in mind, I'm living in Harvard for a month. I'm also working on a deluxe version of my album. So I got the studio set up in the house, and I'm making music, waking up at 5 a.m. to go hoop, go work out, then might make a song or two, and then go to class by 8 a.m., look over my curriculum or what I'm teaching that day, skim through it, whatever, and then teach the class from 9 to 5 p.m. And then do whatever else I got to do after that every single day. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Like that shit seems scary. Like what is that? What's that like? Like being back in that school, like I'm not gonna say the school setting, but like that school environment to where you're in another perspective now because you're actually teaching and you don't have to, process it. You already got the information. What's that like?
It's lit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It got to be lit too, being that you in the field of rapping now.
Yeah.
Like, you damn near been teaching motherfuckers whole time.
Right.
So,
yeah, my passion is teaching,
Yeah.
My skill set is problem solving and my passion is teaching. So when you try to say what I am, the easiest way to do it is just call me a problem solver. I can really comprehend. If you give me the variables, it's like a calculator in my mind. I can put the variables together and give you an outcome of how to go about something very, very quickly. And that comes from honestly playing certain video games. I used to play this economics. I still play it when I got time. This economics game called Tropico. And I played that game since I was 8 years old. And I'm going to try to hopefully get my kids to play this game when they grow up. It came from being in trouble and my parents taking all the games away. And then I always loved like games like Sims and shit like that. Sim City, Zoo Tycoon, all that type of shit. So I got that shit from them.
No clue what
You don't know.
You know
I love that
Sims.
type of game.
You know the Sims.
The Sims.
I remember the Sims, but
Yeah, but he's just saying them type of games though.
I thought the Sims was like,
It's like a simulation game.
Yeah.
but I thought you don't play it though.
You
I thought it
do.
was on
No,
the
you do.
computer.
You just
Like-
no. You play it. It's just on. It's based on choices. So it's like you don't
Yeah,
really
it's like-
actually act the stuff out. You don't. There's no real
Right.
action behind it. Like in
It's
a video
like-
game, you got to press button. There's action behind it.
I always
Sims
thought
is
the
no
Sims
action.
was like on the computer and little girls was like changing their girls' outfit.
It's kind of like that, but it's more like
It's like-
the character has a mind of their own, but you can develop the character
However
with
you want.
different things. Yeah, it's weird.
They
It's
just
like-
keep adding shit. Like they'll add different. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but there's no action. So it's like there's no
Yeah.
guns, there's no car chases, but you can choose to be a doctor or a lawyer
Yeah,
or whoever. And then it's like
you watch
make,
your person grow
Yeah.
into whatever they are. Like
so
it's
you
like that
kind of
kinda
like
shit.
seeing if you want to be a doctor.
Basically, like it's like a bunch of different
yeah,
things.
and you could just keep making choices.
And,
Like it's yeah.
and the game I'm talking about is more like economics. So it's like you're a president. You got to like find natural resources within an island. You got to trade with other countries. They might go to war with you because you didn't trade with them, but you traded with Russia. And Russia,
That's
they don't fuck
fire.
with Russia. You got to, each individual person on
Do
the
you
island
fight the
has a
war?
life. Yeah, you got to have an army. You got
It's
to
a simulation.
budget
Though.
it.
So yeah,
You got to budget it.
you
all that
spend
shit.
money and all of that.
It's
and
crazy.
You send them
like-
out.
But I'm talking about, I'm 8 years old playing this game. So from 8 years old to now,
You thought you was the president.
yeah, basically. So, but it let me know quickly
That's
that you
crazy.
can't please everybody because you got to get
Right.
elected, all that shit. Like you got to, it's a lot to that game. It's really intricate.
Damn.
But I played that game and it makes so now when people be like, yo, so this is the problem. It'd be like a piece of cake for me to solve it and find a solution because I've been doing that since I was 8 years old.
This nigga been the president since
Strategy.
Yeah.
It's basically strategy. You have to have a very good strategy to play that game.
That's crazy.
But it's conditioned though, because like what you're talking about is all those different variables. If you're not used to dealing with shit like that,
Yeah.
it'll seem like
It'd
too
be like,
much.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
or you just don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm
you
saying?
probably going through it like, wait, what is that?
Right.
Yeah.
What is that?
All
Or
things-
it's just too much. Like a game like that, especially the way he describing it, I'm sure it just hits you at every angle. Like this is
Exactly.
How do you
getting
pick
fucked
that?
up.
How
This
do you
getting
pick
fucked
that
up.
up at 8? What is you going to school and like anything you learning in social studies and shit? You just like, nah, I'm finna kill the game.
Kinda, but not really. No, it's just like,
Or you felt like the game was helping you where you going to school? Like I know this.
yeah, but I wasn't even. The crazy thing is, I never knew that it correlated with school. I just was playing it.
It don't.
So I
I
was
mean, it
doing
don't really
terrible in
correlate
school.
with school. It correlate with life. Like that's
Exactly.
more of
Like,
a life
in
thing.
school,
Life,
but
business.
In school, it was a lot of testing that gets done saying you know, what is the problem with this economy opposed to this economy, and how if we spend the money on this, what is the trickle down effect that happens? Is it A, B, C, or D? It's like for him, he probably looking at that and understand. It was times that I was looking at the paper like, bro, what is that again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I forgot what do the House of Representatives? I'm like, I know they gotta have.
It's just funny though. That's why I don't teach my class like that. I don't believe in quizzes, tests, anything that has to do with pressures of learning. I believe in experiences. So I put experiences around everything. So I teach with the 5 senses. So like, for instance, I work with Le Labo to create a scent each day for the classroom, right? Then I have like, I'm working this year, hopefully with Ghetto Gastro, to create a menu for people to have a certain food. I want to experiment with truffle. Hopefully nobody's allergic, but I know truffle triggers memory, especially a lot of those kids, they probably never had truffle before. So putting that in the food in the menu, you know what I'm saying? The classroom is a different color every day. So for instance, financial literacy day, the classroom is green, you know? I'm working with the texture of the classroom. So I might put foliage and like trees in the classroom this day, and then we might put like something else the next day, and then like obviously sound, music, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure that out, you know. So we're trying to go with the 5 senses. That's on a basic general level. And then, for instance, the mental health day, you walk in, there's a harp player playing a harp, and there's no more chairs, there's yoga mats. You do yoga for a little bit and just meditate. That's how the class starts that day.
But it feels new every day.
Exactly. So it's like, how do we create these experiences and then put teaching on top of that? And the incentive is, you don't have to go study. You don't got to do none of that shit. But if you come to class and I ask you a question and you get it right, it's a pair of Jordans right there. I'm like, yo, go to the back. What size you? Okay, boom. You just got a pair of Jordans. You just got this shirt. You just got this right here. You know, it's like using the shit that we want and love as incentive, but really you learning at the same time. It's challenging. Real talk, because
that's actually how you get the shoes.
Exactly. So you don't have to. No, you don't got to study. You don't got to listen to me.
But if you get it right and you do the job right,
what you get. But we picked the students very carefully.
Like, y'all ain't gonna come in and just snatch some joints and be out.
I know you felt it. I was about to say, like, man, like, how you get everybody to buy into something like that?
Yeah, well, it's really good students. Like, so 14 people from Harvard go through all the applications, and then I go through them at the end, and then we picked the 25 students from there.
That's fine.
So we had like 3,000 people opt in last time. Narrowed that down. I'm not going through all 3,000, but we narrowed down, and then the last 50, I come in.
Damn.
And then we pick the students from there.
Shout out to you for making that shit come to fruition, my dog. Shout out to you for giving a fuck, for real. I'm gonna pivot a little bit. I was performing at Coachella.
Coachella was crazy because
they came and changed your shoes for you.
That was crazy, right? They did that in 6 seconds. They did it better than the practice time.
Y'all, that's crazy.
Yo, it was like the shoe literally disappeared and there was a new shoe on my foot in 6 seconds. Just like the real changing the head.
Oh my God. Y'all was out there practicing. That's crazy. Tires. right.
Like, that was crazy. And they beat their other time. Wow. I thought it was going to take 8.
Yeah, because I gave them 10. They did it in 6.
Gave them 10 is crazy. But that's I love the
mentality.
Yeah, just like, because I don't want to come to no shows and the shit just be regular.
Nah, that's why a lot of people do that. And you know what we do, bro? In rap, which I'm gonna challenge everybody now. Whenever we got a big performance like that, the first thing we think we should do is, let's get a live band. That's what's going to change the. It's cool, but that's not it. That's not enough. First of all, I don't like hearing trap beats on a live band. I'd rather hear the raw programmed drums than it feel like I'm at church or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like that. But a lot of people be trying to do that shit. The live band is cool, bro, but you gotta know how to do that. Like, for instance, I did programmed DJ shit, but then I had like a bass player play on certain songs. I had an upright bassist too. He did both. He played bass and then upright. And that was like kind of set it off, but it didn't take away the feeling of the song. Because sometimes a live band, if you do it, depending on who you are, like Anderson .Paak, that makes sense for him.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Because
If
they
your
play
music,
like, that shit sound
that's
like
how
live.
his music sounds. But when you have like a programmed drum beat and you hear trap drums on us, like a real drum, it just feel like
it
don't hit the same.
Yeah, it don't. It don't.
It don't.
I feel like a rock band.
It still be cool. It'd be like, it's still live music. It's cool, but I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, you gotta know when.
I'll be like, I feel like I want to put the real song back on.
My biggest thing at a show is light control.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like light control.
It's everything.
It goes somewhere for me because it changes your mood. And you spoke on the 5 senses, and now I can't get off it now. But it's like seeing. I think it creates a vibe. It creates a mood. Like I swear, I want to change the smell at every concert now. Bro.
Yeah, I wanted to do that.
The whole sensory,
bro, like the whole concert is just every couple of minutes.
Yeah.
That'll throw niggas off. I mean, I would be thrown off.
Smell like roses. Smell like roses.
But no, the whole sensory feel, like I
It makes so much sense though. That's how.
Not just that, but it actually, like, it kind of fuels the the want to, I don't know, like, process information. I don't know why. It relaxes you and all of that, like everybody knows, but it also, like, it makes you susceptible. Like, it actually opens your mind up to be able to receive information, like, properly too, not to where you just taking shit in and then you forget about it 3 hours later.
How factual is the truffle shit? Like, you got like a truffle story that you just like, man, that tapped into my memory.
It's funny. I was watching something about truffle.
Pig.
Because I seen that one too.
Oh, okay.
But no. But I was watching something else about
shit
truffle.
do you watch, bro? Pig? What the fuck is pig?
Why am I an abnormal human? Because I seen
to find
they
truffle.
use truffle pigs to find the truffle mushrooms.
So it's still pork.
No.
Oh, you said to find it.
To find them. But they're hella valuable because truffle's expensive. So the whole movie is about this one pig that
It's
makes
a
hella
movie.
money.
Damn, you watched the movie.
I thought truffle was.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
I saw a clip. I ain't that.
Yeah, watch the movie. It's crazy.
Hey,
It's
tell me
nothing.
what truffle is,
It's
man.
some gangster shit.
Show me what truffle is.
It's a mushroom.
You know
It's
what
a
it is.
mushroom.
Yeah.
But that shit tastes so good. It's like, it makes everything
You've had
better.
truffle fries before.
I've had truffle. I heard
that's the
that it wasn't-
shaving.
I didn't know that it was that though.
It's a mushroom. They just shave it.
It's a dead mushroom. It's like supposed to be trash.
Mushrooms aren't dead or alive. They're like they're a fungus.
There it is.
Yeah, they're fungus.
A fungus, yeah.
See, I wasn't gonna say that.
It's good
Why?
for you, though.
I was
Yeah,
trying
it's
to-
great for you.
It's fire.
It's cool. I've had it before. I wasn't that mad as long as ketchup was on the fries. What I'm saying is like, well, I don't know. Truffle is just I've never eaten truffle fries and then been like, hey, y'all remember when?
Nah, it's not like that. It's not like that. So it's more, like I said, it's a general thing. Like the smell is a general thing. It's like, I remember being in this environment. And then from there, hopefully that taps into certain things you may have learned.
Got it.
You feel what I'm saying? But
More
it's a general
therapeutic.
thing. It's a general thing.
But it's like to keep you in. It's about being in that moment right now. So now that you read all this and did all this, you ate that food, you did all that stuff can bring you back here to
that place.
reprocess.
It's
that
like, think
memory.
about music. I think a lot of people love Frank Ocean so much because a lot of the young generation or our generation, we fell in love for the first time to Channel Orange. Like that was like a lot of our first relationships. That was the time when, you know what I mean? Our first loves. So we correlate that shit with that. And that's why we continue to like love what he does and what he's doing. Obviously it's amazing music, but all of that is like, it's tied to a memory.
Yeah, it's got
more
that
than
personal
it is
tie.
That's
why it's like us with Jordans.
Okay, yeah.
Like
exactly. That's
with me,
exactly
I
what it is.
respect Jordans more if Mike wore them.
Yes.
Because I remember where I was sitting on the couch. I remember what we did when he did some shit. We running around the house and shit. Like, I remember all that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Shit, I'm to the point where I be remembering buying them where I was at.
real talk. Well, you was more on buying them. I wasn't buying them at first. I was just telling Dad to buy mine.
Yeah.
I told my dad to buy mine, hit or miss. I'm a hooping my shit. I didn't care.
What was the first ones you remember getting, Jordan?
My first memory of getting some is the Space Jam Jordans.
That was the first one?
No. We had Jordans plenty of time before that. I'm just saying, my first memory of like giving a fuck about Jordans, the motherfucking Space Jams came out and they was maybe it was the Breads.
It was the Concord, the white patent leather.
It was the whites?
Yeah, because we all had those first. Like
we got
our
the Space
family,
Jams for Christmas. We got the Space Jams for
everybody in our
Christmas.
family got them. So we wanted them. We got them. And then everything went off from there.
No, we did those, but I remember, I think, did we get out of school early? I remember it was a big deal that we ended up getting these shits, Joe. And I just remember feeling like when I'm walking around looking down at my shit, I'm just like, it was the first time I had that proud moment. Like, I got these, y'all want them.
We had got them, and then somebody who, I think it might have been yours didn't fit. And I remember they had to take them back and exchange them, and it was like a whole 3-week wait. That might be why it was so important.
Maybe that's what it was.
Because everybody else had their shit, and he had to wait.
I just remember being like nigga, told y'all type shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's I get
shoes.
those
I get that though. Shoes, period. Like the smell of leather and the smell of the box and all of that.
MacArthur's.
The taste
MacArthur's
brings back certain memories.
Nah, I can't have you do that. You gotta they gotta pay you for that. Don't start doing that. Yeah, they gotta pay you. Don't start doing
just
that to
bleep
them.
that out.
Yeah, bleep it, bleep
You know
him.
what I mean?
No product placement for them. No, they ain't. No, no product placement.
What do you say instead? What they gonna bleep it?
MacArthur's.
MacArthur's.
Yeah, make him say MacArthur's. Like,
All right, cool.
MacArthur. You coming with that custom? Is it Lanvin or Lanvin?
Lanvin.
Yeah,
With an IN.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's some French shit, you know.
Lanvin. Everybody say it different.
Nah, for sure.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been corrected.
You was laughing at me when I said it. Lanvin.
Yeah.
No, people was telling me it was something. I forgot what they was saying.
Yeah, motherfuckers be saying Lanvin.
Lanvin. It was like, no, there's another one. Lavin. It's another one. I want to say they don't enunciate the end.
Well, it's all wrong.
No, there's another brand called Loewe that's spelled Lowe.
Oh, well.
That I swear I've been calling that
What's
Lowe's.
that, German?
Nah.
Lowe's. Lowe's. I got this Lowe's hat. I got a Lowe's shirt. Yeah, I know what's going on.
It's crazy.
That's
But yeah, talk about the collab, man.
Yeah, how do you sit down with Lanvin?
Oh, man, that's like...
Lanvin, my bad. Lanvin.
I think, like, I'm really...
You didn't have to say it like that.
I did. I had to take a little bass sound like Lanvin.
I tried to, the thing is, like, I think I've been building my brand to be very particular on the things that I do, and I think a lot of the French companies, they take notice to that, and specifically Lanvin, they reached out about this concept after another company, another really big fashion company, also reached out, and I ended up doing it with them. They were kind of quick. They kind of like got the idea quickly. We started just kind of putting things together very quickly. So with Lanvin, I basically already with the team designed the racing suits. Everything was kind of done, and then they came in and they were like, "Yo, we love the concept. Can we remix this a little bit, edit it a little bit?" So they edited the racing suit, and I was like, "This is fire. What about the car?" And then they're just like, "The car is like perfect. We don't even want to touch that." Fire. You know what I'm saying? So they let me do the car exactly the way we had it. We just changed the logo to Lanvin on the side. But they approached me. I think I've been doing a little bit of fashion stuff here and there.
Fire as hell.
But I would love to be. Let me just say, I'm envious of that because he's the first person I've spoken to who is going into a collab situation and they completely trusted you. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've never felt that.
Real
like
talk.
we've been in the situations like collabs, all type of ideas where they're like, all right, cool, like give us your stuff and then we'll tell you what we want, and then we'll compare and pick and
And then we'll take 2 or 3 things that you got on your design and throw it on our design.
Just the restrictions. And I know, like, as a, just anybody trying to create art, like not even just artists, that's really like demoralizing. And it can take a lot, take a lot of the, basically the feeling out of what you want to portray.
Sure. I think the biggest thing is you got to prove yourself in a lot of different ways and create trust. And it took years of doing that. Like, I had to do this with to get stuff. I had to do this with I had to be at the Dior shows and the Balenciaga shows and showing that I've been moving a certain way.
That was very light. I love it though. I love the way you did that. Yeah,
but
I gotta.
I ain't been pushing the stunt button, but he's
he got it off a couple times.
Right.
But I gotta say this though, and I want this to be clear. I really don't give a fuck about fashion. it's not about fashion for me. I know niggas in the trenches. I know niggas from back home. I know how people think and feel about fashion and how high they hold it. And I know I got the access. So for me, it's like I'm working with the companies to create conversation. I like style. Fashion is the industry. There's a lot of people who are way better at the industry and studied this and did this their whole life. And that's the fashion people.
The business fashion world.
They're the fashion people. I am a art person when it comes to the conversation of fashion. And so for me, it's about conversation. If it ain't a conversation that's going to change the mentality of the people that I'm trying to reach, I don't give a fuck. And I'm not trying to do it. I'm not making clothes just to be fly. That's not what it is. I want it to be fly, but I want it to be a conversation. Why do you have this lime green X on the, well, this is why. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to ask. That's why my name, IDK, is what it is. I want you to be like, does that mean I don't know?
Hell no.
It's like, nah, it's ignorantly delivering knowledge.
But because you thought I didn't know.
But see, it was crazy though.
Crazy.
Keep the conversation going.
I get it.
Everything with me always is about a conversation because that's the best way to learn. If you look at it and get it right away, you didn't care. There was no curiosity. You just got it. Whereas if you ask and I give you an answer, the curiosity and the answer creates something that lasts in your mind.
And it creates a rabbit hole. Because you like,
That
what
too.
else?
Yeah, something
what
to
else?
dig through.
Yeah,
Like, what else can he
yeah.
give me? No bullshit. This has been a great interview. So far, so good. We gonna keep going.
We allowed to do more any product placement with companies that like.
Oh no,
mess
you could
with
do
me?
it. I was joking.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
really coulda-
you could have
live
been
your
doing that.
life.
See, there we
Yeah,
go.
bro.
There we go.
Whatever you go
There
do,
we go,
man. Yeah.
Saying just a little, you know, a little light, little thing.
Little
you know
flex.
what I'm saying? Racing stripes on the side.
Fire.
You know.
Fire. You know what I'm saying? But it's you could I was joking about the whole we'll bleep that just so I just don't want them doing that without paying you. That's all. I'm just looking out for you, my brother. Describe that process signing with Nike.
Yeah.
Like, do you
It's
feel
a long process.
Yeah.
It took me 5 years of just like doing shit like off the muscle, off the strength, just trying to build my relationship, showing my value. You know, I remember I sent them a deck with all the impressions that I've gotten them over the few years, and like just so you know, like you know,
I'm
been
bigging y'all
supporting y'all for a while, and they came to me with a 1-year deal, and then killed that, and then they came with a long-term deal. So now we here.
you rocking?
Yeah, now we rocking.
Congratulations, my boy.
Yeah.
Boy out
This
here
just
living like
silhouettes.
an NBA player.
This just silhouettes, or you gonna
Right
do
now, I don't see. We as artists, we always just do like silhouette. We never really get like to create our own silhouette. That's like more like basketball.
But I mean, like maybe like not so much your own shoe, but
just might
like
have to work his way.
a driving shoe, or is that something
I mean,
in the
that's
work
a lot of
driving shoe?
different things. Yeah, but to be honest, this is gonna sound crazy.
Well,
I don't even think the idea of rappers making shoes for me is cool like that, like anymore. Like I think there's certain people that could do it, like Travis Scott did it. I think that like Ye did it. You know, Drake did it. But I think like the idea of us making shoes and using a platform like that, I think we could take it even
Drake
further.
made his own shoe.
Yeah,
he's made a bunch of them. Not the collabs, but yeah.
He
Air
has
Max
Nike
and shit.
joints.
Yeah, he got Air Max.
some Nikes. Yeah, he
Like
got
custom
silhouettes.
colorways of a shoe.
OVO.
No, he's got silhouettes. I
Yeah.
think, but they like made out of like classic silhouettes, and then they kind of altered.
He got a bunch of Jordans. He got OVO Jordans.
no Jordans aren't.
No,
Those
that's
aren't
what I'm saying.
silhouettes.
I'm saying like his own.
Wait, the 10s.
I'm saying like his own design.
yeah, those are like
that
yeah,
don't look
no,
like something.
he has.
Oh no, I don't think so.
No, the last ones he released. Yeah.
All they
I
was
ain't
his
get
own
to-
design.
I never saw them. I
don't
knew he
remember
was
what they
doing the
called,
color.
but
I knew he
Nocta
was doing
joint.
like the cream colorways with the gold trims and adding the owls.
those are the Jordans. But what I say that to say like the era of us, you gotta think like even shoes in general, like there's nothing that will ever touch Michael Jordan, man. It's just like that was back when people believed if you wore these shoes you would play like him. We can't. Nobody is about to believe that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there was like a myth to that, right? So it's like unless you really hooping, like the lifestyle idea of a basketball sneaker, I think is kind of like it ain't that no more. It's like you really play basketball if you wear basketball shoes. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I look at it like.
But that's because they doing the designs different.
Right.
They not doing the regular leather canvas shoe. Like they doing the new hyper this and hyper material this. That's why you can't just take them off court and go.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you name a Hooper shoe right now that's a lifestyle shoe that's cool to wear?
Jordan 1.
No, Jordans, of course.
I'm talking about actively hooping. An active hooper right now.
That's a lifestyle shoe. That's not an Air Force One or another shoe.
No, without a doubt.
New silhouette.
Yeah, not a new silhouette.
Come on,
the last one I feel like was that LeBron 4. The LeBron 4 can come off the court.
But see how far back of a LeBron we talking about, bro?
Real talk.
I mean, I think you can go up to the 8s.
And the South
you can go up to the 8s.
The South
yeah, because that's the 8s. The 8s. You can go up to the 8s.
Oh, no, you're right.
They
8s.
Yeah. South Beach bronze. No, for real though. Them was going. Them could go.
The 9s, I did go up to the 9s.
If you had a smaller foot.
Yeah, you had to have a smaller foot.
Talk. If you had a smaller foot, you get that off.
Which ones was the Year of the Dragon 9s? They were orange and blue.
Yeah, but I feel you. After that, everything got to where it's like if you're not on the, it doesn't look good with jeans. It doesn't look good with.
And let me tell you, nobody is coming in my foresight saying, all right, I'm gonna make a lifestyle shoe as a basketball player, and it's the hottest shit. We in a different era now. You know what I'm saying? Like that Michael Jordan shit, man, they gonna do well with them retros forever because you just can't do that anymore.
Straight up.
You know? So I'm thinking like even when it comes to rap, it's really like the next real thing is people like Virgil. That's the new Michael Jordans. The designers, the people who really know how to design sneakers.
Talk to them.
That's the people who's gonna make the lifestyle sneakers that we love. They're not gonna be the rappers. It's not gonna be the basketball players.
It's people that take that time, sit in that office, draw them pictures, sit in the meetings,
know the concept and the meaning, why they made it.
Press people like on the text how you did. It take all for real. It take all of that. It's a lot of people that can be in that seat. They just. It's so many people that just be like, bro, I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah.
And you be like, bro, you got such a, man, you can see it, bro. You need to just, man, I ain't doing that shit.
But just like you said, it's all subjectified though. That's why you get that feeling because it's like you may think some shit is hot and then somebody's just like, no, we're going to change all of this.
Exactly. But let me just say this though, just to my defense, I'm not even coming at this as a rapper trying to make a sneaker. I'm coming at this as there's a problem. How do we solve it? Oh, we all love sneakers. How do we tell this story on this sneaker?
Common ground.
Common medium, yep.
It's a canvas at the end of the day for the conversation.
Solid.
It's not, I want people to be fly. I want you to be fly with it, but I'm not, that's not the main purpose of this color is this color because it looks good. Or fuck it, this color is this color because when I was a kid, Michael Jordan did this and that's why I made it. Nah, this color is this color because y'all niggas don't know about y'all history and we need to learn about it. This is how we learn about it. Why is it lime green? Well, the Ghanaian flag, when you take the Ghanaian flag yellow and then you take the Sierra Leonean flag green and you put them together, that makes lime green.
Fire.
Boom.
Write it down. Write it down. I already snapped and nobody else
I know my
snapped.
snaps
Like, you don't
not
get
good.
to do it.
No, my snaps don't be good.
I can't snap
I ain't got
with
no
these,
good
you know
snap
what I'm
right
saying?
now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My snaps ain't good. My hands ain't as rough.
Yeah, we about to wrap this up anyway. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We like to ask all of our guests here. Ooh, sorry about that. We like to ask all of our guests here, what are you working on in your personal life right now?
It's crazy. I don't really have a personal life.
What do you mean?
That's the first. We've never heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard that. What do you mean?
I kind of do this shit. I love this shit so much. Everything I do is this. I might, if there's a woman that I'm fond of, we might go on a date, go to get some truffle pasta, shit like that.
But no, it don't feel like we're saying personal life being invasive, but just something that it's like maybe
something you like to work on about yourself
while you're working and all that. It's like personally, when as far as criticism, I'm criticizing myself and forcing myself to get better in that.
One thing I want to get better at is I've learned that because I wear so many hats, I deal with probably like 100 people a day, and I gotta learn a new level of patience that's probably abnormal for anybody But in order for me to level up, I got to tap into it. Just like it's abnormal for a felon who barely graduated high school to teach at Harvard that raps. That's not normal. So I can't use anything that I have seen as an example. I got to be the example. So I got to up the level of patience that I have. And to be honest, more than it's for me personally to be better in business, everything I'm doing is because I want to retire at 40 and focus on my family. I want to have the healthiest family dynamic. I want to be as comfortable as humanly possible. And when I'm 40, I'm focused on family and traveling the world and having fun. I'm not chasing nothing else. So everything I'm doing right now is to be the best man, the best father, husband, whatever it is when I do have kids. So that level of patience to me is like, if I can tap into that and get used to it, now it's like playing Tropico. At 8, I was doing all that. So now it's a piece of cake for me to come up with these solutions. If I can start doing that now as a man and be an even better man than I am today in the next 10 years when I become 40, that's personally what I'm working on.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to that. Right. That's real shit.
Jesus. Jesus. You niggas better think it through before y'all come out here for that answer, man. Think it fucking through. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to promote?
F65, you know what I'm saying?
Boom.
Get ready for that.
The album.
You know what I'm saying? F65, the album. F as in Formula Racing, conversation about race. 65, the year Malcolm X was assassinated. It's about continuing that conversation that I knew he was about to have to change the world for the better.
Solid. What else we need to promote? We need to promote No Labels.
No Label Academy.
Yes.
You know it. If you could get in.
If you could get in, man, please apply.
He get the last say so after them last 30 names. He get that last
No,
say.
50. He said he step in at 50.
Yeah.
Oh, you step in at 50.
He step in
you
at
get
50.
in early.
So you got a chance. Yeah, you got a chance.
But listen though, real shit. I want Harvard to look like a HBCU the week of No Label Academy. I want, even if you don't get in, I want people like yourself, I want y'all to be there. And we're going to activate. We bring in, you know, all the nice parties, the cool parties y'all do in LA and all that. They come into Harvard. I'm talking to those people to bring that to Harvard and base it around education, but still have that fun. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a conference.
Don't feel like you miss out on the fun.
Yeah, it's a conference just like you would go to Art Basel or South by Southwest. But it's for the advancement of people of color in education. You do not have to be a person of color to come and support this. You could be a white person that supports the advancement of people of color in education. Just come, be a part of the program. We need to see influential faces there. We need to see the right people there. We need to see the inspiration there, because even if you don't get in, just being on that soil of Harvard, this place that's so forbidden to a lot of us that we don't ever think we're going to be at, that's enough inspiration for you to really take that and go back home and go hard and figure this out. So that's what it is.
Love that break.
We've been summoned. We're going to have to go to Harvard and get comfortable.
A lot of shit we got to check out.
I'll get you the invite. If you really can do it
hit me
in
up.
August,
that's nothing.
I'm going to get that for you.
That's nothing. Hit me up. That ain't nothing. You heard it first. If you ain't got my number now, we'll catch up. We might be a number removed. If it's just that if y'all didn't know, man, the man was on the BET Cypher with me, man. The man went up there and went crazy. I ain't know what was going on.
You went crazy too, though.
We had a long conversation afterwards, man. We was supposed to get up, and the man been working so much. I've been flying around. I got kids. He don't. The man work all day. We ain't got to see each other since, man. So it's good to see you, my dog. It's good to see you working all day.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I need my Michael Jackson, Malcolm X gloves. So
right, we need some
as
gloves.
Always, man. Thank you
Michael
for rocking.
X gloves.
Oh, Michael X is hard. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Michael X is hard. That's crazy.
Yeah, you better be ready to explain that. You better be ready to explain it. You got to explain that everywhere.
That's crazy.
I just thought of that right now.
That's OD.
All right, then keep it.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna wait till we off air. Oh, it's just a in glove reference. It's just nowhere. We'll get that. Very ignorantly dropping knowledge. Yeah, we'll leave it off camera, man. I want to say one more thing. thing. Kanye, if you are gonna run, here goes your vice president right here, man.
Yeah.
If he's with you, you might got me with you.
If you listen, though, you gotta listen to
Real
some
talk.
of the things
I don't think you
though.
played that video game. He played it. So
Nah, don't. Yeah, he gonna act like he played it.
real
But
talk. He
yeah,
played
we know.
it. So shorty, he got you. You know what I'm saying? Like he got you. As always, thank you for rocking with us on Iman Amongst Men. I am Iman Shumpert.
And I'm Ari Shumpert.
Give it up one more time for our guests. Ignorantly delivering knowledge.